Hey guys, Happy New Year. So it is new day, new year, and it is January 2nd, 2018, and I start working again on my GT6, and I have another 6 days of vacation. Sorry about the noise. So I have another 6 days of vacation, and I have to decide how to proceed here so I can use effectively the time and the space, because once the shop opens again for business, the space again is going to be limited here for me. I'm going to have to work only in this little corner, and that's why I decided to work a little bit on the frame now. I can clean it up, I can paint it, I can start assembling the suspension probably, and then when the shop opens again, I'm going to have to tuck it under the car again, and I don't know when I'm going to be able to work on it again, so that's why I'm going to work on the frame now. There's still more work to be done on the body. I have to flip it at some point, at least on its side, and the work on the floor underneath and some other areas. There are a few little things that need to be finished on the body, but I can do that later when the frame is again under the car. So for now, I'm going to be working on the frame. And to start with, I'm going to disassemble it a little bit more because the towers need to come off. This transmission mounting bracket needs to come off, and some other things. All the hardware I'm going to remove and clean it, and then I'm going to clean the paint, and I'm going to paint it. So that's the plan. Of course, plans change all the time, so you never know if they're going to work or not, but at least that's what I'm starting with, the frame. So just to show you quickly, and that's going to be also for my own reference, I have to remove those brackets so I can clean them and paint them, and also I want to memorize how many shims I have under each of them, and it looks like I have 2 shims everywhere, like I have 2 shims here and 2 shims here on the other side as well. 2 shims and 2 shims, so that's easy to remember, but still it's a good idea to have it in video. And little things like this, I'm gonna have to remove the hardware from here, I'm gonna have to remove the towers, I'm gonna have to remove this bracket, the transmission mounting bracket, and at the back, I don't know, yeah, still there are some other things to be removed. Here I see somebody did repair, so I'm gonna inspect that just in case. And something that David pointed is this here is a little bit cheesy, so I'm gonna cut a piece out and repair it. Alright, one is out. They've been cleaned and primed by Keith, but it is a good idea to remove them so I can paint them properly on the side. This bracket, I might need to change it because of the overdrive now. I'm not sure how it goes there now, the rear transmission mount, but we'll see. I'm gonna paint it anyways. think everything is removed now, all the hardware, so I can start cleaning it now. And David suggested I use Scotch Brite, so I'm gonna try and see how is that gonna work. Yeah, actually it works pretty good. Now here I'm gonna have to use I'm gonna use wire wheel. Yeah, you know, that's perfect actually, because with the brass wheel I don't remove the primer, and actually that shows me that the primer is stuck very well where it's supposed to be. So I'm just gonna scratch the surface. I'm gonna just scuff it so the new paint sticks well to it. Right, you get the idea, so I'm not gonna hold you, and I'll bring you back when it's cleaned, I guess. Alright, so believe it or not, it's been 35 minutes, and the top and the two sides, I mean it's outside and inside, it's been cleaned already. Of course I have to blow the dust now away, and I just need to flip it and do the underside. I noticed a couple of things that I have to do. First of all, I have to weld nuts here underneath, because there is a nut here, but there's no nut here at the end, and there's supposed to be one there, I believe. What else did I notice? Yeah, I already showed you this, but also there was something else here. There's a little bit of a cheesy part. Even though they replaced the bottom, they didn't care too much about the side, so I'm gonna have to cut out a piece here and replace it. What else? Going backwards, again I have to weld a nut here, and the other thing is here. They replaced this. I believe Keith gave it to somebody in some shop to fix that, and they did some repairs here too. This was replaced or straightened, or I don't know what was done there, but they missed here, or they tried to weld it but they didn't weld it very well, and here. So I'm gonna weld this. So I'm just gonna flip it now, clean the underside, then I'm gonna have to do those repairs, and only then I'm gonna have to paint it. Or something else I noticed here, you see the light here? Yeah, so this also needs some repair, and the edge looks a little bit eaten by the rust, and there too, but I'm not gonna worry about that. I'm just gonna grind it flush so it's one straight line. Watch me flipping together with the car. Actually it wasn't that hard. Oh, here there's something else I'm going to show you. This is what I'm talking about. This is the bracket for the sway bar, I guess. Yeah. And looks like there's been something happening here. Not sure what, but these holes are twisted and this weld is ripped. We'll see. Let me clean it first. Alright, another 20 minutes and the frame is cleaned completely. So that's unbelievable. It's I couldn't even say cleaned, it's just refreshed, you know. So all the paint is scuffed, and now I can start doing the repairs. But that compared to the 2-3 days that I spent on the Spitfire frame just to de-rust it, de-grease it and clean it up and get it ready for paint, that was like a piece of cake here. Anyways, so now I'm gonna start with the repairs. I found something else also. Like I said, I'm gonna have to fix this, but I also found this little hole here, so I'm gonna cut this out and repair it too. And I think that was everything that I found. So I'm gonna start doing those repairs now. So I found this piece of pretty thick sheet metal, which I'm gonna use here and for the other repairs. Alright, one is done. So the next one is this one. So you see how they replaced this whole piece here, which is the bottom actually. Now it's on top, but actually this is the bottom. But here this was already cheesy and they didn't replace it. So I made this piece that goes like this. So now I'm gonna cut that off. That's the inner piece. That's this piece. It has flanges here and here, so they just welded it there. So now when I'm welding this there, let's just make it a little bit smaller. I'll make sure that I have a very good penetration here on top, so I can weld them both. Actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this shorter, so I have a gap on top, so I have a bigger penetration there, and I can weld also the inner piece. So I'll make a pretty good gap here. You see? That's how I'm gonna do it. And I can weld everything at the same time. Okay, so I have to push the inner piece out too, like this. So nice to weld thick metal. You don't worry about burning through. Not too bad. Alright, number 2 is done. So now let's go to the other side. So this is gonna be tricky to cut. Where I can cut it from here, I'm gonna have to grind it somehow. Sorry if I'm on your way, but I need to see too, right? Alright, not too bad actually. Now, there's the hole here, which is for the water to go out, because you know this is going to be the other way around, and this is going to be low part here, and this is like a little bucket here, perfect to hold water there. Okay, okay, this is the other one, but you're closer here anyway, so you see this opening here. I'm sure there must be another one here, so I'm gonna drill holes here and on the other side as well. So if there's any water gathering here in this side, also to be able to drain out. Alright, here we said we need to have nut underneath. I'll go check online to see what's coming here, because that might be a long bolt actually, and there shouldn't be a nut there. We will see. Let me check. Okay, so it turns out there's a long bolt that goes from the body through the whole frame and comes out on the other side, and there must be a nut here on the other side which is not welded to the frame. But I'm worried a little bit because this can be easily squeezed from this bolt, or if someone jacks the car here, jacks it up here, this is gonna squeeze and this bolt is gonna loosen. I'm guessing that's why they boxed this piece. Originally it's not boxed, but they boxed it, which is good. They reinforced it a little bit, but I'm gonna reinforce it even more by putting a piece of tubing inside. Here, this needs to be straightened. I'm just gonna use my adjustable wrench. Alright, so let's see what happened here. So I don't know if I will be able to pull this out. I can try with the slide hammer, but I'm not really sure. For sure I will have to take the bracket out and straighten it, and maybe just turn it around, because it looks like these are absolutely identical. I don't know why it has two holes here, but I can just turn it around. But still I want to make this side look good. But I also want to pull this out because it's pushed in. We will see how we're gonna do that. Just let me remove it now and we'll go from there. Wow, look, here I only cut at the back. So that's how strong it was holding. I only cut here. This was, see, from here all the way halfway. It wasn't holding, you see? So I'm gonna see how we're gonna straighten that. Let me try to straighten this first. Well, even on this side it's screwed up. Yeah, even this, I was looking at that before. I'm really tempted to cut this whole piece out, straighten it with the hammer and weld it back. Should I? What do you think, guys? Because if I cut like this, let's say like this, if I cut like this, there's gonna be two sides and three corners that are gonna be keeping it from twisting. Plus the suspension is on this side, so that's, if anything gets twisted, that's gonna be the front end here, which holds the bonnet. So I don't think if it gets twisted by 16 of an inch, that's gonna be too much of a difference. It's important here, that way, where the suspension is. I'm gonna cut it out. Don't be mad at me, okay? Actually, the frame doesn't look too bad inside. Okay. Alright, this looks like. about the dust. The frame looks absolutely perfect inside. Wow. Okay, so I'm just gonna spray some primer inside. Now that it's open, it would be a shame not to. Okay, while this dries, I'm gonna try to straighten this. Let's see what can we do here. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. What do you think? Yeah. The profile looks pretty much the same as on the other side, so... But I want to put it this way now, with these two holes out, so... Yeah, I don't think there's any difference. Okay, I'm gonna spray it with primer again. And now let's weld this. Alright, it's all ground down, and now we have to install this. Now for the height, for this direction, I can still see where the old weld was, so I'm gonna put it right there. But for this direction, I'll measure from the other side, and this is exactly one dolly width from the end of the frame. I know this is not that critical, I'm just trying to make it pretty much the same. Alright, so there's just one more repair on this side of the frame, and that's this repair here. Alright, so like we said, we have to weld this, and probably this, but here I can see also that this has been distorted, and probably the differential won't fit here. So I'm gonna have to straighten this somehow. I'm not gonna have too much swing like that, but let me try. Yep. Can't do nothing like that. I know what I'm gonna do. That looks better. Alright, we are done with the repairs in the frame. Alright, so the top part is done together with the two sides. So I'm gonna let it sit overnight and dry. And tomorrow morning when I come back, I'm gonna flip it, I'm gonna paint the bottom too. And then while it's drying, I'm gonna work on all these parts, the towers and brackets and stuff that I removed from the frame. So I'm gonna clean and paint those too. And after that, we'll see. Probably I'm gonna start taking the suspension parts out, cleaning them. As far as I know, they've been sandblasted and primed, and so there shouldn't be too much work on them too, like on the frame. That was the easiest frame that I've ever done. 90% of the work was done by Keith, so I just needed to do the last 10%. But all the credits come to me, right? No, I really appreciate all the work that Keith has done on this frame. So yeah, so that's gonna be it for today, and when I come back tomorrow, we're gonna start a new episode, I guess. So see you in my next video, guys.